With all the excitement of Formula One and the grit and grime of dirt bike racing, the annual Hook and Ladder Enduro is an exhilarating off-road charity event that leaves racers thrilled and organizers exhausted but deeply satisfied.
I actually got really emotional when the first set of bikes took off on the starting line because it just felt like a sense of accomplishment. I mean, it's been a lot of planning, a lot of work throughout the last year, and to watch it actually happen was just really a relief and just a proud moment. I mean, my whole family's out here helping. I was fortunate enough that my dad took me to the Hook and Ladder Enduro when the Pasadena Fire Department used to put it on back in 1975. And they did it for a few years, and then it went dormant until Bruce Gallion and Craig White resurrected it.
It's kind of evolved over the years. We have classes for motorcycles. We have classes for women motorcycles. We call it Powder Puff. We have quad classes, now pretty much UTVs. The quads were the small little four-wheel rigs that people sit on top of. They have a handlebar. Whereas the UTVs are two-seated, four-seat. They have a steering wheel just like this. So we have now the ATV or UTV class with side-by-sides, and then Powder Puff is in there. Powder Puff is with the motorcycles. And then we used to have a dads and kids class, and then this is the picnic class that we're doing right now. It kind of evolved into just the picnic class. It's a short course on relatively easy terrain. This is probably the roughest part right here, so that the little kids can get around it. It's a 6-mile course, goes around the bend over here around the mountain and ends up at a place called Teeters Trailer. The backstory of Teeters Trailer is when I was on the job, we had an engineer whose name was Ed Teeter, and he said, when I retire, I'm going to take my trailer out to the desert somewhere, and hopefully people can find me, and I'll have gas and food, and it'll be a place where people can congregate.
He passed away about a month after the first Hook and Ladder, but he was able to see his idea come to fruition. I remember taking a lot of pictures and coming back and showing my dad and saying look, it happened. Aren't you so happy?
So this place we're going today is the place, and a lot of the Teeter family will be there cooking hot dogs.
Our portion of it is the hot dogs. So everybody goes on a family picnic ride. They go around, they meet at the picnic portion here, which is a couple miles away from the main camp, and then everybody gets out, hangs out, meets, greets. Kids get a hot dog, family goes back to camp. It's a wonderful time.
It means a lot. It's very sentimental to me. It warms my heart. It really does, just to think that my dad would just have loved us.
I grew up riding motorcycles with my dad and his friends that got from the fire department. They got him involved in it. And so I've been riding motorcycles since probably 5 or 6 years old. I just love it. The people, that they're just genuine. They just want to come out here, have a good time. The nights around the fires, that my kids love that. I think that's the biggest thing.
It's not just me. No way one person can put this event on. I mean, it takes a lot of people.
And that group effort produces a chance for firefighters, their families, and friends to reunite and reconnect. The event benefits the Widows, Orphans, and Disabled Firefighters Fund, but when the dust settles, this long-standing weekend of off-roading and unwinding spreads the love in multiple ways.
Camaraderie is super important on the department. This event obviously brings people together, a common interest that we all have with the desert and off-roading, but more importantly, we're raising money for a good cause, and I've been the recipient of that benefit myself. I suffered a catastrophic injury to my leg in 2012, and I was off work for 11 months, and I benefited from the Widows and Orphans Fund myself, from the Disabled Firefighters Fund. After I got into my 75 and 50% sick time, the Relief Association supplemented my income. So this is a way for me to give back.
We have registration, and it depends on what you want to enter. We make some money with the registration for the event, and they also have the silent auction. We have a raffle. The best thing for me is just seeing the fire department tradition continued. In the 13 years that I did it, there was 5 different presidents of the Relief Association, and they all told me, we don't care about the money, it's the camaraderie. We want to promote, the traditions we have and keep the families together. That to me is the whole crux of the whole thing.
I enjoyed it as a kid, and my kid now is grown up. He's a firefighter now, and I want to see his kid out here someday.